Hello, dear friends, and
Hi.
welcome to a new vlog. It has been a minute since you guys have seen us in this capacity.
That's a long minute.
That is a very
Yeah.
long minute. It has been since December.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the last time I picked up a vlog camera.
That's wow.
Hi!
Hi, everybody. It's good to see you again.
Yep, it is good to see you guys again. Yeah, I know you guys have been asking a lot about Angie, as well as been asking me to give you a GLP-1 update. So that's what today's vlog is going to be all about. It is actually going to be also a kind of whole house reset in this vlog, sort of. Not every single room, but at least the downstairs level of our home is getting a good cleanup today. And
It's time to spring clean, y'all.
Yeah.
In our house, it gets dusty, and when it starts to get dusty, lots of sneezing happens and can't breathe. So it is definitely time to do some spring cleaning. I wish we could open the windows and air out the house, but it's raining and it's cold. So it is what it is. We'll open it up when the sun comes out.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to set you up here. Nope, that's not going to work. Anyway, so lots of updates before we get started. First of all, if you hear that background noise, it's because we're doing tea. Angie's actually making herself some tea. I'm not going to have any.
Let me get my cup together.
Okay, yeah. Angie's going to get herself together on that. Updates. Well, since we last spoke, we have acquired one more little fur baby. He is currently...
He adopted us, and we can't help but adopt him. He's so lovable.
He is, but he's a real stinky pain in the butt. Okay, so let me give you the situation. He showed up on our doorstep one day.
Well, he showed it the neighbors first.
Yeah, he showed up at our neighbor's house, and she said, there's a cat out here. And we're like, okay, yeah, whatever. We're not going to adopt another one. And then he showed up at our doorstep because Angie had put some food out, given that, he was out roaming around, and she felt bad for him, even though we're like, we're not adopting him.
Well, because it was cold outside.
Yes, it was cold and raining. And so when he was out there eating, Angie went to go take a look at him, and he's very friendly. He would let her pet him and all of that, but he was injured. He had a gash over his eye, and he was, we didn't realize until the next morning, he was limping. He couldn't put
His
any
leg was
weight on
swollen.
one of his front paws. And so Angie brought him in, and we took him to urgent care the next day. Thankfully, all of the cuts that he had were superficial. He is intact. We nursed him back to health, and we're like, okay, we don't know where he came from. We decided, okay, should we keep him? We didn't want to keep him. So we have reluctantly decided to keep him since we can't find his owner. We're going to have him neutered. But they can't neuter him until the end of the month. We've had him for 2 weeks. By the time he gets neutered, it will have been a month since we took him in. And he is very much, because he's intact, he all he wants is to go outside, but we put him outside and all he wants to do is come inside. So he's kind of like,
Yeah.
and he sprays. And so we've been keeping him sequestered. We've kept him away from the cats, but we are starting to integrate him with the other cats. Pickles is the only one that's having trouble with him, which Pickles has trouble with any new male cat. I mean, we've had 2 males that we've taken in since we've had Pickles, and he was very not about it at first, but then they become best friends. Anyway, his name is Frank. That's the name that we've given him.
Actually, right now his name is Stinky Fat Face Frankie Malone, because he's staying in my studio space, so I've got my entire studio lined with cardboard so that when he does spray, he's not spraying my equipment or my walls or anything like that.
Yeah. And we can't wait. We're counting the days until he gets fixed. But Angie actually came up with a brilliant idea of putting a harness on him and walking him outside. And that seems to help him a bit. And then also inside, we leave the harness on him and the lead. And we keep track of him that way, so that way we keep the spraying to a minimum. We've had cats forever. We know that fixing him may not resolve that particular problem.
It will help, though.
But it will help to reduce the problem, I think. We think. But yeah, we've got another baby. We're back to 6. I do believe that I told you guys that our oldest little girl, she passed away.
She passed away last June,
Yeah.
and
And we managed to go almost 6 months, maybe 7, with just 5. After saying
yeah,
we're not adopting anymore.
we literally said we're not ever having any more than 6 cats again, and here we are.
Yeah, because nobody that we know can take him in. You
And I
know,
don't want to take him to a shelter.
and we don't want to take him to a shelter
Um,
because God knows how long it will be before he's adopted. Even though he is fairly young, the vet estimates he's 2 years old.
yeah,
So he's still a kitten, you know, for all intents and
technically,
purposes.
yeah.
He is still technically a kitten. And I don't know who would abandon him.
He's a talker.
He's a
He
talker.
likes to let you know he's unhappy. But I keep telling him, this is temporary, buddy. You just got to be patient. And I keep telling myself, this is temporary, buddy. You got to be patient.
Yeah, so that's what's new, Gnu. That's the only really big new thing, other than just the changes that have been happening with me being on a GLP-1, which I'm going to talk about with you.
I
I'm
am
gonna
not on a
talk about with you.
GLP-1.
And she has been trying, though. She has been working out more and trying to eat healthier, and as have I. I mean, we went through a Tony Robbins thing last weekend. We decided to, because we've been wanting to forever, we decided to sign up for the Unleash the Power Within, which is his like standard, you know, seminar that he's done for God knows how long. Angie's birthday was last weekend, and I mean, when he did his Time to Rise Summit on YouTube in early January, we watched it, and you know, because her birthday was coming up, I'm all like, you know what? I'll get you a ticket. And we got tickets to go to do that. And so we did last weekend. It was quite an experience.
Yeah.
Anyway, Angie's having elderberry tea. We're trying to boost our immune system just because we're going to be traveling soon. I've got to make more shots, but I need to get some stuff. I need to get oranges and lemons and ginger. Unless, do I still have that ginger in the freezer? Is it still any good, you wonder? I mean, you think?
It should be.
Okay.
I mean, unless it's freezer burned.
I don't think so. Anyway, I need to make some ginger shots and continue to drink ginger shots from now until we travel.
Cheers.
Elderberry tea. No new teas, but we are going to go when we're in the UK, when we're in London, we're going to go to the Fortnum & Mason and explore, and then also explore others, because it's not just about Fortnum & Mason teas.
Weren't we going to try and go have tea there?
No. Well, maybe. Yes, maybe.
Maybe.
We haven't fully decided on that one, because I might be teed out by then.
Well, that's true, because we have tea in Bath. It's a literary tea. And I know that sounds weird, right?
It's part of the tour.
It's part of the tour. And then we're, as an extra thing that we're just doing as a family, we are going to go have tea at the Savoy.
Yes, we're having tea at the Savoy. Yeah. Anyway, so we are boosting our immune system, and we should have more interesting teas for you in vlogs going forward.
Yes, because I plan on bringing back some tea.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's really all that we have to catch up on. I don't think, well, Angie's got some works that she's got in the works.
Yes,
and
I do. If you guys aren't subscribed to my newsletter, please go to my website and subscribe. I do have some things that I'm going to be talking about. My pattern has been of late that I work for the month, and then around the 1st or 2nd of the next month is when I put out my newsletter for the previous month.
Yeah.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so if you're not subscribed, you can go ahead and subscribe. You can go to my website at awinbernard.com and go down to the very bottom of the homepage, and there's a contacts form, but don't fill that out unless you need to ask me questions about like artwork. But there's also a subscribe to my newsletter thing, and all it asks for really, I think, is your first name, maybe, and your email, so that I can make sure it gets to you. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So what's on deck for this vlog? Like I said, it's a whole house reset. We're going to be cleaning, and I'm going to bring you along for dishwashing. And Angie's going to be working on the other part of the house. But essentially, we're getting things together because we've got a pet sitter coming by tomorrow so we can introduce her to the cats and kind of show her the complicated feeding instructions and stuff. So we want to get the house tidied up, not to mention the fact that we just want to get the house tidied up. But anyway, that's what we're on about today. And
Spring cleaning. I want to get the dust out.
yeah, I think actually before I start cleaning, I'm going to actually get dinner going because I wanted to get it in the crock pot. So I'm going to work on that first.
What are you making?
Carne guisada. I'm making carne guisada. For those of you who are in South Texas, you may know what that is. For those of you that are not familiar, carne guisada is kind of like beef tips with gravy, but the gravy's seasoned with cumin and other seasonings. It's a lovely, lovely savory dish that we have in San Antonio. We used to eat it as like tacos. Carne guisada tacos, you put it in a tortilla, or you can have it like as a dish and then
It's really good
eat
over
it,
mashed potatoes.
eat it with a fork and I tend to eat it that way. I tend to eat it like with beef with a tortilla, to kind of have on the side. I don't necessarily like eating it with tacos because it's got a gravy and it just gets a little messy, and I don't like messy food.
It's delicious.
It's delicious, though.
I love them in tacos.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to start dinner first before I get started on the dishes. Hope you enjoy. I'm a little bit rusty, as far as vlogs are concerned, obviously. But anyway, I guess I'm going to cut to dinner.
She's going to do a lot of editing on this. Yeah,
there's going to be a lot of editing. So anyway, onward to dinner making and cleaning. So we'll see you on the other side.
Free flowing, sailing with the wind, not knowing how this story ends. Kind and brave, I know you'll find a way. Live your truth and good will come to you. Sweet
I am taking a short lunch break, not eating in the dining room or the kitchen. I'm actually in my cloffice, which is a hot mess. I've got to get up here at some point this weekend and clean up. I'm about to take my supplements, my Grunes. I take these every day, pretty much. I feel it if I don't take them. These are actually really good if you're on a GLP-1 because, at least for me, maybe this is TMI, but they keep me regular because they're super greens and I really, really like them. You know, they taste good. These are like strawberry flavored. I get the sugar-free kind to save on some calories. I really like them and I cannot be without them. But I like the fact that they also put out seasonal flavors. I think that they're so good. The green apple was my favorite, or they call it green apple. That was my favorite this past autumn. Anyway, I am putting on my lips a Tower 28 lip gloss balm type thing. I'm trying to use it up because I want to move on to some of the other lip products that I have. What are we going to do right now? Well, we are going to talk about some PR that I've gotten. Sorry, I'm focused on this. We're going to talk about, hang on, let me get this on my lips. This is nice. It has a lovely vanilla flavor to it, or vanilla scent, and they're okay. I'm not mad at it. It's just I've got so many other lip products to get to, so I'm using this like several times a day, trying to use it up. What am I gonna do right now? Turn on some light because I don't know if it's bright enough in here. There we go. I have this little light attachment thing on for my little DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So anyway, what are we going to talk about? I wanted to talk with you in some detail about the things that I've learned while I'm on a GLP-1, being on a GLP-1 journey, which you guys have asked me for a GLP-1 update. I wanted to share with you some of the learnings and also the mistakes that I've made being on a GLP-1. I've been on the GLP-1 for about 7 months. I am titrating up very slowly. I'm not going really, really fast with the titration. I titrate up when I think that it's time, my hunger comes back quickly, or I hear food noise or whatever. I am on a tirzepatide. I am going through Mochi Health. I am at like 7.35 plus whatever additive. They add glycerin to mine. So whatever that brings me to. I don't know the milligrams. I don't pay attention to that necessarily, but I have titrated up. I think this is I started out 2, 3. I think that's my 3rd level. I'm about to hit my 4th titration because I have found that my hunger comes back like around Wednesday timeframe. And by the end of the week, I'm ravenous all the time. The food noise is still not really loud, but it is louder than it was. I've talked with my practitioner and we agreed that it is time to bump up. So that is what I'm doing in the next prescription that gets filled for me. It's going to be titrated up. Side effects, I haven't had a whole lot of side effects, thankfully. Yes, I do struggle with constipation, but I always kind of struggled with constipation because I had some gut issues even beforehand. But I will say that I manage it by making sure that I'm getting my Grunes as well as drinking enough water. I wouldn't say that I'm drinking plenty of water. That is one of the areas of opportunity for me to improve on. I don't get enough water. And I have the Hume Body Pod. I got that for Christmas. And it keeps telling me every week that I am underhydrated, which I 100% agree with. Which is why I'm trying to drink my water. It turns out I need to drink 2.5 of these. When I did my 30 hard challenge, I could only do 2 of these. And now I've got to bump it up to 2.5 because you're supposed to be drinking about half of your body weight. And now I am at around 200 pounds. And so I'm at 204. And I'm trying to get more water in. I did not realize that hydration helped your cells. It wasn't until I got the Hume Body Pod. I'm trying. It's really hard to stay hydrated on a GLP-1. If you are on a GLP-1, you probably understand this because your stomach, essentially you feel full faster and your stomach kind of slows down, digestion slows down. And so it's hard to get enough water in. It's hard to get enough anything in, calories, macros, water, anything, and so I'm struggling. I'm struggling with that. So that's one of the mistakes, or that's one of the things that I need to work on a GLP-1. The other thing that I haven't done as much as I had wanted to when I started this was I wanted to retrain my mind so that way I can break my addiction to processed foods. And that is really hard to do. Angie and I do fast. We have not been consistent with it, but we have done it. And so we know that we can, and we're going to. We're in a bit of a lock-in right now because we want to drop a few pounds before we travel. So, she and I both are working really hard, and we're going to adopt a Mediterranean diet, or at least that methodology, or that line of thinking of making it vegetable forward, with red meat included, because I feel that we need red meat, as long as it's grass-fed, non-GMO red meat, which we try our best to get, quality beef. We're still incorporating red meat in our diet, even though it does lean Mediterranean. But I do enjoy having vegetarian things as well. So I have been cooking at home more. But one of the things that's made it really challenging on a GLP-1 is that I tend to try and make lunch my biggest meal of the day. So I'm getting as much food as I can earlier in the day versus later in the day. But what that ends up doing is it makes me full for dinner, and I don't feel like cooking. And so Angie's having to rely on, some kind of processed package something or other, because she doesn't know how to cook. So I've been trying hard to make sure that the lunches that I make are really high in nutritional value, really high in fiber, really high in protein. The other thing that I have learned to do, because it was a mistake, and I started losing my hair because of it, and that was I wasn't eating enough protein. So I try with every meal to go protein first, instead of, you've got a balanced plate, right? You've got your protein, you've got maybe a complex carb, and you've got a vegetable. I tend to go for the carb and the vegetable first before I go for the protein. So I've had to reorder my thinking and make sure that I am going in for the protein first and finishing that and then hitting the others, or at the very least, majority protein. I will make sure that my protein is finished before my other two parts of my plate are finished. So that's been helpful, not to mention the fact that I've learned that I need to sometimes drink my protein. That makes it less filling, to where I can eat dinner later. So I have been buying the Flav City protein powders, which I really, really love, especially the butter coffee. That one is so, so good. And they're quite tasty. So I like those. I get them from Target because his website, he's expensive, and Target is not as expensive. So, I buy them at Target. The other area when I talk about hydration is I need to get some electrolytes. I've tried a few. I don't really like them. I think I'm just going to lean on Element because they're my favorite. They taste good. They're salty without any additional flavors, without any additional additives, and they do the job. So Element is definitely the way to go for me where it comes for electrolytes and hydration. And then I told you about my protein powder, but not taking care and just kind of eating whatever, eating a lot of yogurt. Although I will say I parked myself on yogurt for a long time. I really, really loved my yogurt with granola and fruit and all of that. And it would be like a pretty big meal because of the calorie count and also because of the quantity. What I was not doing and I was struggling with, and now I finally have conquered it, and that is learning to listen to my body signals when I'm full. Because before I would overstuff myself. I would, eat until my plate was finished, no matter how miserable I felt on the GLP-1. And it would make me feel really sick, really, really full, really bloated, really just like, ugh. But I have finally learned to be intuitive when I'm eating and listen to my body when it says it's full. When my stomach, my tummy tells me that I'm full, then I stop eating. So I'm very proud of myself for that. But we've got to clean up the diet. The other thing I didn't do was I wasn't exercising, and that stalled me as far as weight loss goes. And I know that of the 25 pounds I've lost, I don't know how much muscle mass I lost because I didn't do a measurement before I started. But I have noticed that on my body pod, my muscle mass is increasing and my body fat is decreasing. So all of the arrows are pointing in the right direction. I love my Hume Body Pod. If you are on a GLP-1 or just in general, if you just want to lose weight or manage your weight or understand your health, understand your body, then I would strongly urge you to do the Hume Body Pod because it is about a 1% deviation or 1% off from a DEXA scan. And so that's pretty impressive. So you don't have to go out and get a DEXA scan. I don't know if it's a CT scan or what, but you get scanned and it tells you your body fat mass, your muscle mass, your skeletal muscle mass, your water, the cellular, the hydration in your cells, and all of the same things that a DEXA scan gives you. Maybe a DEXA scan goes into more depth. I don't know. But, you can see where your visceral fat is increasing and decreasing and, your subcutaneous fat and all of that. And you always want to decrease your visceral fat and you want to decrease your subcutaneous fat as well. So it helps to read all of that. And I think that getting one of those has been really good for me because it helps me to understand what's happening in my body and it motivates me or at least gets me up off the couch or gets me to strength training or all of that stuff. One of the other things that I stopped doing and I experienced quite a bit of hair loss without regrowth, and that was I stopped taking my collagen supplements. I don't know why. I think I ran out and I just didn't get more. And I was noticing that, my hair was falling out. So it was a combination of not getting enough protein, not getting enough calories, and also not getting enough collagen. The folks at Quince reached out and asked me if I wanted to try their collagen powder as well as their, any other kind of supplement, wellness supplement. And so I decided to try out creatine. Being prescribed GLP-1, muscle mass is very important, and creatine helps with the building or recovery of muscle. So when I do my workouts, if I have some creatine within 90 minutes of my workout, then I am helping my muscles to recover even better. And then I've seen that creatine now is being linked to improved brain function, which I'm all about. And I have to say I've been using the creatine now for about a month, and I have noticed a difference. I do feel a lot sharper than I was feeling. So that's good news there. The collagen from Quince is pretty good. It has hyaluronic acid and vitamin C, and the hyaluronic acid and vitamin C help to support the collagen. It also is really, really good for the skin. While hyaluronic acid and vitamin C is okay topically, the way you're going to get really better results and really more visible results is going to be by ingesting it and letting it work from the inside out. Putting it on top of the skin isn't nearly as effective as it coming from the inside out. And so that's what I appreciate about the Quince collagen powder is that it has those two additives to it, the hyaluronic acid and the vitamin C, and they support the collagen, and I have noticed a difference. My hair, I've got a lot of baby hair. This was one of the areas where I was losing hair. I noticed that my hairline was receding, which is unusual for me because I've never had a lot of real estate on my forehead. And then all of a sudden it was starting to expand. And I've got a lot of baby hairs right here. And I attribute that to the fact that I am doing collagen in addition to supporting it with making sure that I try and get enough calories and also strength training and making sure that I'm eating my protein. So all of those things combined have really helped. And I'm really happy to say that the hair is growing back. My hair loss, the rate of hair fall and loss in the shower fluctuates and I can tell when I haven't had enough protein, I lose a lot more hair in the shower. I wash my hair once a week, so I know, how much I'm losing. And when I was being really good about making sure that I was getting enough protein, and when I was fasting, surprisingly, my hair was falling out less. And so this week, when I washed my hair, there was a bit more hair loss because last week I did not get good protein. I mean, I didn't hit my protein macros. So it's a balancing act. And that's one of the things that I have learned about the GLP-1 journey is that it is a balancing act. It's not a magic bullet. It's not going to take care of everything. You still have to put in the work. You still have to put in the thought behind what you're eating. The weight doesn't just fall off. If it does just fall off and you're not eating enough, then you're not doing it right, And so I'm trying my best, especially in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I've been trying really hard to use the GLP-1 as a tool for weight loss. This is something in my toolkit that I'm using to help break me from the addictions that have grown from eating processed foods all the time. I honestly believe that I can get off of the GLP-1s at some point, or small microdoses, because I feel that this is what I need in order to break my addiction to those processed foods. So I'm trying to eat whole, and it's a slow process. It's like turning a ship, it's like turning the Titanic. You can't turn the Titanic on a dime. You have to go slow. You have to be very calculating about it and really precise. And that's the same thing here. I've got to slowly turn the ship and learn how to eat properly, learn how to exercise properly, making sure that I'm getting exercise. I mean, right now I'm just doing 20 minutes of strength training, and I do believe that I need to bump it up to 30. I don't know if I want to give it more than 30. I hated going to a personal trainer because it was 50 minutes of absolute torture. And if I do it in a smaller amount of time, it's a little bit more manageable. It goes faster. I don't have to hate it as much. And so I think I do need to bump up my strength training to 30 minutes. Cardio at this point in my life is not as effective as it used to be because I am postmenopausal. I am not needing as much cardio as I do strength training, especially getting up in, years. The older I get, the more strength training I have to do in order to stay active, in order to stay mobile. And I am considering at some point getting into a program that is really hyper-focused on longevity. Lifespan is one thing, but health span is something entirely different. And I'm looking for both. I want lifespan, I want health span. And so taking a GLP-1, I think, is the first big step towards that, but it's not the end goal. It is just a part of everything that I need to do. I feel like the GLP-1 medications are a blessing, and those of you who are or have been taking them or are taking them understand that. If you are curious or if you're considering getting on a GLP-1, I would say strongly advise you to talk with your medical practitioner and let them know what you're thinking, and they can help guide you. And if they don't understand or if they don't align with where you want to go, then I would say get a second opinion, talk to a different physician, and see what they have to say about it. Because while GLP-1s are very trendy right now, and some people I feel are misusing them, if you really need them for good health and to lose weight, to get healthier, to be able to enable you to live a healthier lifestyle, then you've got to find somebody that's going to help you, that's going to be your advocate in this. I go through Mochi Health, and they're really cool in the sense that, I get to talk to my practitioner as often as I need to. It's a monthly membership subscription, and then I get my meds once a month. They're compounded because my insurance does not cover the GLP-1, so not for weight loss at any rate. I like that I get to use a compounding pharmacy, and I can manage the medication that way. It's been very helpful for me. I feel so much better. I feel like I look better. You guys have commented that I look better, and I do appreciate all of your kind words. Thank you so very much. I have also gotten I've gotten some pushback, a fairish amount of pushback on calling myself a midsize, because people see me and they think that I'm still plus size, but one of the things that you need to understand about being short, I'm 5 feet tall. And that means that weight loss doesn't show as quickly on me. Weight gain shows very quickly on me, but weight loss does not show very quickly on me at first. I remember when I was losing weight back about 10 years ago, and my sister and I both were losing weight. She's taller than I am. She's 5'9", 5'9", 5'8", something like that. She's near 5'9", I think. And she's heavier than I am at the time. And we were both losing weight at the same rate. She and I both had lost about 25 pounds. And people would compliment her all the time on her weight loss and would not say a word to me. Because on me, 25 pounds doesn't show as easily as it does on someone that is 5'9" because of my stature. So even though I don't look like I'm a mid-size, I am because I fit mid-size clothing. And as a personal stylist, it is part of my job to understand size ranges and what those categories and those labels are. And a mid-size in the United States, I don't know about Europe, but in the United States, a mid-size is considered a size 10 to a size 16. 16 could be plus size, it varies by brand, but generally speaking, size 10 through size 16 is a mid-sized person. Anything from a size medium to a size extra large is considered mid-size as well. I am an extra large. And so I am in that mid-size classification, although I'm right up at the top of the mid-size range. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It is very, very aggravating and very annoying when I have someone that is jumping on me because they think that I'm plus size and I shouldn't be calling myself a mid-size and all this and that. And I'm all like, would you say that to somebody to their face? That you're not the size you say you are, you're bigger than that. Would you actually say that to someone to their face? I don't think so. But it's easy to make commentary like that when you are hiding behind a keyboard. And I feel really bad for you because you feel so bad about yourself that you feel the need to tear someone down who is on a weight loss journey. I'm a very confident person, but I do struggle with body dysmorphia. I do. Whenever I've been on a weight loss journey, even when I wasn't on a weight loss journey, I struggle with body dysmorphia. I either feel I'm bigger than I am or I thought I was smaller than I was, and it was a shock to see myself and how much bigger I was. So don't say that publicly to people. You don't know their story. You don't know what's going on. I don't know your story either, but I have to assume that if you feel the need to try and bring someone down like that, then you must not be feeling very good about yourself. And I find it aggravating, though, that you are projecting your insecurities onto a stranger on the internet, or maybe not a stranger, maybe you watch me, but it's a parasocial relationship. And you feel that that entitles you to share your thoughts and do word vomit in the comments. Yeah, no, I'm not about it. So if you don't have anything nice to say about someone, don't say it, regardless of whether it's a typed up comment or if it is something that you're actually brave enough to say to their face. So that's my little rant on sizing. I was so annoyed by that. I got several comments there for a bit telling me that I was not a mid-size. And I had one lady who just flat out said, be honest. Let's be honest here. Be honest. You're not mid-size. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Actually, I am. I'm 5 feet tall. It doesn't show like it shows on someone taller. That's okay, though. I'm still pretty confident and I'm not afraid to stand up for myself. And if you say something like that to me, you're going to be blocked. That's just it. My channel, my rules. I'm not going to tolerate that type of negative behavior on my channel. My community is filled with women who support each other, who lift each other up, who want to look better, who want to feel better, but without lashing out. If you decide that you want to comment like that, think twice before you do. Because if I see it, I'm going to block it. And I'm going to block you. Because I will not tolerate that type of negativity on my channel. So, anyway, I'm going to finish my groons. I will be back momentarily because I've got some PR that I want to share with you. I've gotten a few things and I'm excited to show you. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have finished my Gruen supplement. So good. It's like a little treat that I give myself every day. Normally I have them earlier in the morning, but yeah, I didn't get a chance to today because I was busy doing the dishes. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a little bit of PR that I have received. Let me turn you a little bit. There we go. Never mind the mess back here. I have got to give some time to my room. One of the things that I'm hoping that I can do, wait a minute, I need to show you something. Let me see if I can turn you around. Do you see outside? Can you see through this little window that I have here? The sun is out. Look at that. The sun is out. It is this crazy, crazy weather that we are having. Spring, you know, it's spring. But anyway, PR. I got a couple of things from Les Prunières. They reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try some of their products. And I said, sure, why not? Let's give it a try. And I picked out the Plum Beauty Oil. And what I like about these guys is that they seem like they're very clean. They're organic. They are sustainable. They are, it's a locally, you know, it's a family-owned business, women-owned business, 3 sisters. It says on here, 4 generations, 3 sisters, 1 farm. So it's a female-owned business. It is in California, and they are very sustainable. They are very organic, and I like that. I really am looking for cleaner products to use, and the packaging is stunning. Look at that. That is so pretty. This is a superfood antioxidant booster. And this, they say, is a multi-purpose plum beauty oil, which Les Prunières, I think Prunière means plum in French. And all of their products have got like a plum complex that is supposed to have antioxidants. It says here, our multi-purpose plum beauty oil helps restore, replenish, and balance the skin. This proprietary blend of plum varietals is an excellent source of antioxidants, polyphenols, fatty acids, and nourishing vitamins that provides moisture for your skin. So you can use this on your face, on your body, on your hair, on your hands. And I like that. I want to give them a try. I have been trying this other oil that I got, and it's okay, but this smells so good. I am always willing to try a new oil. And so it has this beautiful dropper. Let's try it on my hand. Wow. Oh yeah, that's really nice. I could see using this as a post-shower oil if you want to moisturize your hands and your arms and your body. And it smells like almonds, actually. It smells quite lovely. It definitely has kind of almost like an amaretto kind of scent to it. And they also have a candle, and I love candles. You know me, I love candles. I love trying them. And so when I saw that they had a candle, or anytime a brand reaches out to me and if they have a candle, I will get it. I will take that candle. But this has a lovely, lovely scent. This is called Spring Bloom. It is just a really lovely candle. I assume, oh, look at that packaging. That is so beautiful. That's what it looks like. It smells fantastic. The notes are plum, white amber, and green fig. Yep, I totally get that. Cannot wait to start burning this one. I just finished my last quince candle that I want to burn right now. And that is the, I had the Santal candle, and it smells very nice. But we are moving on to spring. And since this is called Spring Bloom, this is going to be perfect. I got something from one of my most favorite skincare lines right now, and that is Ole Henriksen sent me a really lovely PR package. I like Ole Henriksen products. I think they're really, really good. And this one is the Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. And I've never tried their actual skincare other than their banana under eye cream. This is going to be added to my morning skincare routine. Right now I'm using some products from In Beauty, but I'm not exactly, excited about them. They're okay, but they're not my favorite. Really, if I had to give you my current favorite, it's Bobbi Brown. Okay, so we've got the little cap there. I like the color of the packaging, though. I think the packaging is really, really pretty. But I like the Bobbi Brown face base. That right now is my favorite. But because I'm always trying new skincare, I'm switching it out and all of that. And so I will try this out and get back to you on that. And then I have the Banana Bright Eye Cream, which I think I've already got a backup of the one that I'm using one, and I'm almost out. And so I've got a backup already. So this one I'm going to go ahead and hand off to one of my people. And then they sent me a whole bunch of their Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatments, which these are my favorite lip peptide of the moment. I'm very, very excited to try these. I already have this one. I've got one opened of that one, and that's their clear one, I think. And then we've got Vanilla Bonbon. We've got, oh, and this one is Citrus Sunshine. That's the one that I use in the mornings when I'm putting my makeup on. But we have Vanilla Bonbon. We have Sweet Macaron. We have got Creme Brulee. And we've got Strawberry Sorbet. And we have got Cocoa Cream. I think I've got the Cocoa Cream one as well opened. But let's go ahead and let's try one of these other ones. Let's try Creme Brulee. Let's see what that's about. Because supposedly they've got a little bit of color, but not a lot. And that's, whatever, because you're just putting them on your lips. But let's give it a try. So let me show you really quickly. That is what it looks like. And this stuff is so good. It hydrates the lips. Oh, that smells good. It hydrates the lips in such a way that they plump up, and it almost looks like you've got you've done a lip plumper, but without any sting. And it's because of the peptides. It's because of the moisturization. So I'm really glad to have these because I'm going to use them up. I love, love, love the Ole Henriksen lip peptide. Highly recommend, probably the one that I recommend the most of all of these types of lip peptide balms, because they're just so good. So very good. They don't sting. There's no cold sensation or anything like that. They work very, very well. So I'm excited to finally use up my Tower 28 one, because I'm going to probably start using one of these and popping one in every handbag, because I do love to use them a lot. All right, so that is the PR that I have, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take care of a couple of things up here, and then I'm going to go back downstairs to finish up the kitchen. I still need to sweep and mop, and I've got to do a couple of pots and pans, and then I also have got my dinner, or our dinner, going, and I've got to pull an avocado and all the things. So I'm going to go ahead and wow, my hand feels so soft from that plum oil. I think I might use that on my hands. Anyway, so yeah, that's all that I have as far as PR is concerned and my thoughts on GLP-1. If anything else comes to mind, of course, I will let you know. All right, guys, I will chat with you again in a little while. Bye. One other thing that I forgot to mention, sorry, I'm back. One other thing that I forgot to mention about vlogging that I wanted to let you know is that I have decided that I'm going to do 2 vlogs a month. One vlog is going to be for everyone, and then one vlog is going to be bonus content for those gals who are a part of the membership here on my channel. I have been neglecting you if you are a member. I haven't been providing any kind of like specialized content or anything like that, and I figured, you know what, the least I could do is throw up a vlog. So it will be that every other vlog that you see from me is going to be a membership vlog. That's the plan right now. There is going to be a break when I am out of the country, but I will be doing something, showing you guys some of what's happening over there. So keep an eye on my Instagram, especially because I want to do a vlog a day. So I'm going to be vlogging the trip. And it was kind of like a practice run for vlogging the trip, and I liked it. It was fun. So we're going to be doing that. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on what to expect from the channel as far as vlogs are concerned. You guys love the vlogs. I hear you. And I'm going to give you a vlog a month because I figure it's fun. You know, it's fun. And one a month isn't going to kill anyone. And then for you guys who are part of the membership, y'all are going to get an extra one a month because you guys deserve it. All right, guys. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and go for real now. I've got to get some things done here and then I'm going to go back downstairs and get back to cleaning. So we'll see. Friends, Angie has decided to let the kiddos outside. So I'm headed out as well because I showed you what this morning looked like. Well, here's what this afternoon looks like. Oh, spring, I tell you, it changes from one minute to the next. Cocoa Bean, how you doing, sweet girl? How you doing, mamas? Yeah? Hi, hello. Hello, my beautiful girl. Hello, my beautiful girl. And then, of course, we've got Mr. Pickles. And we have Doug. Everybody loves Doug. Hi there, Doug. Hi, Doug. Hi, Coco. I'll introduce Frank here in just a minute, but our yard is completely destroyed. Squirrels have decided to dig up a lot of the sod in certain areas of our yard. The magnolia trees, the rose bushes, let me show you. You can see in the distance, the rose bushes have decided to completely tumble over. We have a conical that fell over on the snow that we got last weekend, which has been our only snow of the year. We do have tulips coming in though. If you can see over there off in the distance, we've got our tulips coming in. Our yard is completely destroyed, but it is so lovely to see the sun. So here we are in the sunshine. Yes, it's lovely. Frank, how's it going, buddy? Oh, okay. Angie said he was just chilling. Our pampas grass completely destroyed. It's just looking terrible. This is where our green beans were, and of course they look like they've been to hell and back. I mean, our yard is in such disarray. We still got frost cloth over everything, but the cats are enjoying the grass at any rate. There's a lot of work that Angie's got to do out here. And I say Angie because she's in charge of the backyard. She's in charge of all the lawn work. I'm in charge of the kitchen and the cooking. She's in charge of the cats and the yard. I'm about to go inside after we're done out here. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to continue working on the kitchen. This is Frank. Frankie Fat Face, because he still has his tom cheeks. So yeah, that was Frankie Fat Face. Cannot wait to see what he really looks like.
I'm exhausted, and I have so much more to do. I'm trying to get that front room cleaned up and get rid of books and stuff. I'm decluttering.
Yeah.
And that's one of the hardest things to do in life, I think, is decluttering.
Getting the clutter isn't hard.
No, definitely not. But poor little Frankie, he was in the room all by himself, and I feel bad for him. So I'm like, okay, let's go outside and we'll take a pee break. And we're trying to let him do all that out here so he doesn't do it in the house.
Yeah. So that was our little adventure outside. They're a handful, man. They're a handful. And 2 handfuls, or maybe 4.
The difficulty level rises because Frankie.
Yeah.
Someone always has to be with him right now.
Yeah.
But he'll learn.
Mm-hmm.
He's already kind of learned that he doesn't want to go outside when it's wet.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah. Dude, in case you're wondering, that little piece of rug has catnip all over it.
Uh-huh.
It's where we put the catnip so the catnip doesn't get all over the carpet.
Yay!
I'm just glad it's sunshine out there. It's so pretty, and I wish I had the time to go out there and do some yard work because you guys saw what happened during the winter.
Yes, I told him all about it. And I said, I feel bad for you
Yeah.
because you've got your work cut out for you this spring.
I do.
And that's also because you have to prune the apple tree.
Yeah. So the apple tree, I have been considering cutting it down just because I'm tired of picking up apples. But I also am of the mind that the animals like to eat the apples. So,
And if we could get good apples,
yeah, so I'm just going to cut it way back.
we're going to give it one more year.
Yeah, like I did with
Or 2 more
the plum
years.
tree. Yeah, and we're going to see what happens. Because if I can actually pick the apples, that would be great. And actually get apples that don't have worms. Because I don't like using pesticides. So it's either I get good apples that I can eat, or the birds and other animals can eat the worms and all. So
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I had to get to Frank because look at him. He's so sweet.
he's very sweet, very, very sweet boy. Like I said, he adopted us before we adopted him. So how can you say no to Frankie Fatface?
I just really want to see what his real face looks like.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited
Yeah.
to see what he really looks like because I have a feeling he's quite handsome.
He's gonna be a cutie pie. I mean, he already is a cutie pie, but yeah, poor Pickles. He's a little bit jealous, I think.
Yeah, and threatened.
We run the roost, but Pickles is the kingpin. He's the sheriff that makes sure everybody else
That is
behaves.
true.
So,
That is true.
And he's trying to adjust to Frankie right now.
Yeah. All right, guys. I am going to get back to work, I think, in the kitchen, even though I don't feel like it. I'm done.
But
Tired.
you have no choice, love.
I know. Got to finish up in here. It smells heavenly in the house right now because of the Mexican stew, I guess, the carne guisada that we are having. It smells wonderful.
Where are you going?
It looks wonderful. I'm going to start cleaning the oven, but before I do, I just wanted to talk really quickly about these canisters that I am loving. Look at, let me show you. I keep the Quince collagen powder in here. It fits perfectly. I mean, you know, it gives us enough collagen powder for quite some time, and I love decanting into beautiful little containers. So this is actually a set of 3. I have the coffee beans in the other one. I've got the creatine in this little guy here. These are so cute. I grabbed them from Amazon because I was looking for canisters for the, you know, because I've been meaning to put my coffee beans in a canister for the longest time. And I got these from Amazon. I was on Pinterest and I was looking for, you know, how we like dark academia. We like things that look a bit old and vintage and all of that. And I was looking on Pinterest and these popped up in my Pinterest feed. And so I went to see them and they were so pretty. And I thought, you know what? These guys are perfect, absolutely perfect to store all of the things for our coffee. So I got these. I'll be sure to have them linked in the description bar down below. They're very, very cute. And I think Amazon deal days are coming, or they're calling it spring sale now. I don't think they call it deal days anymore. These might be on sale in deal days week, but I will be sure to include them in a reel or a short or something if they are, because they're absolutely adorable. I love the fact that we've got like this almost like a cut glass kind of thing. Of course they're pressed because they're new. They're not old. They're not antique, but they have that old world kind of vibe and I love it. I'm here for that. So I just wanted to share these. I'm about to start cleaning the stovetop. It's a disgusting, greasy mess, but it has to get done. friends, welcome to another day. I did not close the vlog out the other day, and I just wanted to exit out by saying thank you so much for watching. It has been a minute since I have done a vlog, and I feel like I'm a little bit out of practice, but it was still a lot of fun to bring you along. Mostly what we did was we cleaned, and we had our meeting with the pet sitter that is going to be taking care of our kids while we're out, and I'm so excited. I'm very happy with her. So I think we're leaving the babies in good hands. I was very anxious about leaving Coco Bean especially, but I think I'm feeling much more at ease about that. So what else is there? I just wanted to circle back on some of the stuff that I talked about with regard to my GLP-1 update. Overall, guys, I am so happy that I am on this medication. I am really, really happy that I made the decision to do this. The weight is coming off slower than I expected. You know, I anticipated that it would just like fly off, and it hasn't, but that's okay because I've always known that losing weight slowly is the most important thing. That's how I'm going to keep it off, especially if I take the time and retrain how I see food, how I interact with it, how I nourish my body. It is the best thing that I could have done for myself. And it is something that I'm excited for because, you know, I'm still losing weight, even though I've been learning and relearning some things. And, but overall, I've just been really, really pleased. Hi, sweetheart. I've got Miss Coco Bean over here. But anyway, I think that's it for now. Just make sure to check out the links in the description bar down below. I'm going to go ahead and close out the vlog here. It's been a busy one, and I am going to start editing it. That way I can have it up for you on time. I want to have this up for you on Sunday because I've gotten so many messages asking for vlogs, you know, so many comments asking me for the vlogs and saying you missed the vlogs. And honestly, I missed putting up vlogs for you. So anticipate a vlog once a month. If you are a channel member, the next vlog is going to be for you. And I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but it's going to include cleaning up this room. Probably, I know what it's going to have. It's going to be a wardrobe switchover. You know, I'm going to start bringing in things for the spring to my cloffice area, mostly shoes and stuff, but still, it's going to be a wardrobe switchover of sorts. So thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and we will see you in the next vlog. Bye.